Let's go, boys. It's the meat event and it's the meatlock. You see the text, you hear the sizzle, and time to recoup from last week. Andrei Arlovsky, the only objective was to survive those first couple minutes. He definitely didn't. So it's time to start a new meatlock win streak in this one. And we think we have the play. It's Marina Rodriguez taking on Amanda Lemos. And in this one, I mean, we've been seeing the praises of Marina Rodriguez for a long time. When many were not bullish on Marina in certain spots, I like to think that we over at Meat Boy MMA, we're pretty always bullish on this woman because if you look at her record, she's 16-1-2. She has two funky draws. Both could have been wins, and the only loss she has is to Carla Esparza in a split, very controversial decision. So although she has a record that doesn't look undefeated, we always make the case that it very well could be a 19-0 fighter that we're dealing with. And talk about someone who has to continuously keep proving herself. I mean, the UFC just refuses to give Marina Rodriguez a title shot, and every single time it seems like she's down. It's almost like she just wants to wipe out every woman in this division, and eventually her title shot time will come. And I think that's how she's approaching this one against Lemos, who we definitely have some respect for. I mean, she's 12-2-1. She has a lot of skills. Most recently, she beat Michelle Waterson, and that was an easy finish where you were getting some insane numbers for the like plus 400, plus 500 submission, which was very juicy against Michelle Waterson. But the fighter that we saw before that was against Jessica Andrade. It was a meat event opportunity. It was like the coming out party was how that story was being sold. And Lemos got absolutely smoked in 3 minutes. Standing choke. I mean, Andrade essentially just wrapped up her neck and choked her out without even needing to put her on the ground. So if she's getting standing subbed by Jessica Andrade, we got to believe that it's going to be bad news all around for Marina. So, or for Amanda via Marina. So what are your thoughts on how this one plays out? How are we getting this next meat lock, and how does Marina get this done?
Yeah, like you said, we've been pretty high on Marina Rodriguez since the start. I mean, she's an absolute savage, and people have been sleeping on her, but now people are starting to respect her. And this is a lock nonetheless. I mean, I think after she absolutely demolishes, I think actually KOs, TKO, somewhere around there for second round. Maybe late third, I don't know. It'll be interesting, but I think she absolutely demolishes Lemos, and then she is then hopefully gets a title shot, but knowing her luck, she'll probably have to fight like Rose or Zhang or somebody else to get to that title. But she's well deserving, and this is just another, nail in the coffin to get closer to that belt. So definitely a meat lock nonetheless, and I think she's just better everywhere. I think her grappling's better. I think her stand-up is way better. She's got the height advantage. Yeah, I think she's gonna be stronger, faster, everything. So the odds makers have it right. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a 5-1 dog, to be honest. Like that's how big of a killer Marina Rodriguez is. Lemos is kind of, she's kind of sucks. I mean, I think people are thinking she might be kind of good because she just beat Amanda Waterson, but like Waterson is just like BKFC right about now. So Marina Rodriguez has been killing nothing but killers lately. So a lock nonetheless.
Yeah, 100%. And if you kind of just scroll through the wins and losses for both women, I mean, Amanda Lemos, her best win is probably what? Probably Watterson, maybe versus Angela Overkill Hill. But beyond that, it's a lot of fighters that you wouldn't get too excited over. Whereas Marina, I mean, there's a lot of killers on her record. I mean, Tisha Torres, Amanda Hebos, Watterson, and then most recently Mackenzie Dern and Yan Xiaonan. I mean, those are two very high-ranked victories for Marina for sure. So perhaps a title fight is around the bend next, or maybe like you said, they feed her to Rose. But either way, at minus 210, Marina seems like juicy beef in this one, and she's a proven main eventer, right? She's a proven 5-round fighter. She even got the fight of the night in that win over Mackenzie Dern, which went all 5 rounds, whereas Amanda Lemos has never fought in a 5-round contest. So do you think that's the 4th and 5th round finish for Marina might be kind of sharp in this one? Like any world where Lemos, I mean, she's pretty stacked for the division. Any chance she fades late and Marina capitalizes?
Oh yeah, I could totally see her fading later. And then Marina absolutely just demolishes and outclasses her. I mean, she just has so much more experience and just so many more levels tested than Amanda has. Like you said, like her best win was Waterson, which is like And that's not even peak Watterson. That's like end of the tail Watterson. So a lot of questions for that woman, for Lemos. But yeah, I think she's going to get absolutely outclassed. This is kind of a gimme fight. That's how I look at it. And Marina's getting the title shot next.
Yeah, one would hope for sure. And again, as mentioned, you see the text going for that 63rd overall, and she's a minus 210 favorite. We'll be throwing down 315. It's going to net 150, kickstart a new meatlock streak, and then head into next week, which is absolutely stacked with bangers, ready to continue a meatlock streak for sure. So, any last thoughts? I like Marina. I like her by finish. I could maybe see this going 5 rounds and her winning a decision, but I don't know. I think that she might find a way to get a finish in this one, but nonetheless, meatlock for sure. Any last thoughts?
No, great fight, great matchup. Can't wait to get some meat on this one. And I'm very curious to see the props on the under 4.5 because I think those might be some juicy odds. So definitely stay tuned, check those out, and throw the comments. Are we crazy? Are we off on this one? Or are we back on the meat and we're, on my